This is B and Max Talks with the word of the week over week.
What's going on, ladies and gents? It's B and Mac Talk, and it's episode 8. This week, we're talking about motivation. What motivates you in your day-to-day life? How can you use motivation to help you through your day-to-day life? Let's dive into what motivation really is. B, it's been a week, bruh. How you been?
I've been good, bro. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of B and Mac Talks, and we're glad to have you back. And you heard him? We're talking about motivation. You ready, bro?
Let's do it.
Let's talk about it. Motivation. The definition of motivation is, a reason or reasons you act a certain way, right? And when I think of motivation, I think of influence. I think of a boost of energy that you get when you're pursuing something, right? That extra energy that calls you to go in the extra drive to get to wherever you want to go, right? So that's what I think of motivation. What about you, bro?
Big piece there is energy, man. Motivation is like an energy. It's a force that affects your actions and your behaviors. So when you dive into what motivation really is, it's only a small piece of the big picture, but it can catapult you in the right direction and at a fast rate with a high momentum. But you think about all the different ways you can be motivated. You can be motivated by things, so you can go buy a car. And once you buy that car, what do you think? Hey, everybody, come ride with me and let's ride. Let's take a road trip. You think about driving more, so it's motivating you to get on the road more. You could think about your parents. You might be motivated by a friend, a family member, by the example that they set, or how they're winning, or how they're successful in life, or whatever aspect of life that you value that they're displaying. You could be motivated by that. And what happens is that spurt of energy you can use. Motivation is great, just using it in the right way. The key is we don't rely on energy. We rely on the words that we used weeks prior, and that's consistency and discipline. But when we use motivation in the right way, in conjunction with consistency and discipline, oh man, that momentum, that's a game changer. So making sure we don't rely on it, but use it when we have it.
Right, bro. Like I said, motivation, it could be beneficial. Motivation, it could be beneficial to you, and with the right discipline and the right consistency, it can amplify your limits. You have no limit with that, like what he said with the momentum. That momentum, it could like really expedite the pace to where you going, to where you headed. It could really be the game changer. Like he said, it can really make you go from good to great, right? So we don't want to rely on motivation. That's a feeling, and we don't want our feelings to get in the way of our future, So that's what I think. That's what I got from that takeaway, bro. That was good.
Big piece is feeling. That's a big thing. We talked about it in weeks prior. Your feelings come and go. That's the same thing as motivation. And the big piece that I wanted to touch on that I mentioned earlier is we can't rely on it. The reason why we don't rely on it is because guess what? It's consistently inconsistent, which means that it's going to consistently come and go. And only a small percentage of it coming is going to be only a small percentage of motivation is going to come throughout your day, throughout your entire life. So like I said earlier, is making sure that we lean on and rely on that consistency and discipline. And then when we are motivated, making sure we go into overdrive when we have that motivation, because that's that extra push. That's that extra drive that you can have to catapult you to a different apex, a different level that you haven't reached yet. That motivation is powerful when you can use it in conjunction with that consistency and discipline that you have. The key is, let's not rely on it, because if we relied only on motivation, we would only do things only sometimes, every blue moon. And that's not how we get to where we want to be and the people that we aspire to be. So let's make sure we use motivation when we have it, not relying on it, relying on the daily habits that we create.
You guys, so if you like me and you still on a path, you just beginning your path. Like I always feel like I'm just beginning my path. And when you on that path to where you want to go, 80% of the work is going to be consistent and consistency and discipline. You only going to be motivated about 20% of the time. So you can't let that feeling, that motivation feeling, just be when you put in your most work. That's not gonna get you where you want to be. It can make you good, but it's not gonna make you great. That consistency and that discipline, along with that motivation, 20% of that motivation, it'll amplify where you can be, and at the rate that you want to move. So that's what I think about when I think of motivation. So it's good, it's beneficial, it's great to have, it's good. We all have those moments, right? So we just want to rely on the consistency and the discipline and those other words we've been using over the prior weeks. And along with this motivation in those moments, oh man, like he said, that could be the game changer.
That's it, man. That's it. Hey, don't rely on motivation. Make sure we rely on our daily habits that we create to move us in the right direction. Use motivation when you can, but we're not relying on it. That's key, man. Don't rely on motivation. Let's get it. Let's be disciplined. Let's be consistent. Let's reach those goals we've been talking about. Let's reach those goals that we aspire to reach. Let's do it.
And that's another episode of BMAC Talks. We glad you guys stayed and watched the video. Like, comment, subscribe, leave us thoughts, leave us anything that you think to make the show better. And again, we'll see you next week.
Deuce.